All right, what is good, boys? Got another trade recap. So I didn't film the trade recap yesterday. Took this trade yesterday. Took two trades yesterday, so this is technically Road to Funded day two. And today is Tuesday, so we'll see how we get on later on. But yesterday took two trades. First trade was definitely a learning curve. I was looking for a sell-off in the PM session, and I was trading on ES because it was more bearish. First trade, let me just delete this a sec. First trade was taken out of this gap. Obviously, not much displacement going on here. Not much displacement. So, and not only that, but we still had a 15-minute gap to rebalance to that was in discount of the range. Well, premium up here. So that's where the second entry came from. So first entry wasn't valid. Yeah, bit of an impatient trade, but nonetheless, let's get into bias. So, let me market replay this bitch. Let's just go back here. So, bias, obviously I know that we have taken out this weekly sell side liquidity and we've manipulated with an SMT. So I do want to see higher prices, higher time frame wise. Zooming into the 4 hour, we had this new week opening gap that got filled entirely through here. So that got filled. And then zooming into our 1 hour, we had an SMT at this hourly fair value gap. ES never got there, which is what pushed me to drive lower prices on ES. Obviously, high time frame wise, we just pushed out this 1 hour gap and then target this 1 hour high. Don't know what happened with this. I'm sure some sort of war news came out or some shit, because it was just insane shit going on. So we were trading out of this 1 hour. I knew this in mind. I knew we had this hourly draw behind. However, I marked out equilibrium in this range. We had this nice sell side point down here. Zooming into the 15-minute, we had the 15-minute market structure shift here and the gap opening up. Obviously, the gap in premium is where the best entries come from. So yeah, came up with that gap in premium. Zoom into 1 minute. We ended up putting in this internal SMT. We had market structure shift there, a lot cleaner. Pull back to the gap. I got a shitty fill. It got filled there. But anyways, targets. We had a 15-minute bullish fair value gap resting here. That's where I took a contract off. Then I was looking to leave a runner to this draw here. Now this draw is a discount of this range. So that was my draw on liquidity that I want to see get hit. Obviously, if we play price out, we end up just absolutely rocketing. Now, in hindsight, obviously we know that this was a draw now, pumping out of that 1 hour. So let me just delete this because it was actually an entry for me, and I didn't see it. So let me delete this, delete that. So coming into 2 p.m. Let me just go to NQ for this. Coming into 2 p.m. Let's delete this, delete that. Obviously, we were trading out of this 1 hour gap. So the more simple trade, the more ideal trade that I probably should have executed on was weekly sell-side liquidity taken. We put in the SMT. We've got reasons to go higher. We displace them back into the range. We pull back to an hourly gap. So coming into 2 p.m., this is what we saw. Let's have a look. Down here. Obviously, this would have been the 1 minute market structure shift here. Let's mark out 2 p.m. here. 2 p.m. opens, we end up displacing back higher. We pull back to this gap. We can go long. We put our stops at this low. And then we can target EQ of this range. So this would be first target, this high within equilibrium. probably just run it there with a good risk reward. Yeah, 3.7. And then target that hourly buy side for a 6R. That looks super clean. So I'll keep that in mind coming into today's price action. So let's actually have a look what's going on in the markets today, because I haven't actually looked at price action today. Zoom back out, daily chart. Yeah, we're coming for that 4 hour buy side by the looks. Zoom into a 4 hour. Yeah, super clean, simple, obvious drawn liquidity. This 4 hour buy side, we got daily above. Let's delete this off my charts. And these are next draws higher for ES. Okay, so we do have a 4 hour opened up down below. But with us just pushing new highs, I'm guessing we're just going to run this. But I'm going to mark it out anyway, just so it's there for me to see. Alright, so we've got these 4 hour gaps. Let's zoom into a 1 hour now. Okay, so this looks really good. Coming into 2 p.m, we can use this hourly fair value gap resting here as our condition. So 1 hour. So let's full screen NQ. Obviously, it looks like we're going to come for this draw. So we rebalance this, and then we come for the highs, or we end up running back through this, and then we rebalance to that 4 hour and take out that sell side before then finding higher prices. So really simple bias. Really simple bias. So yeah, hopefully we get delivered some nice price action. Looks like we are. Yeah, man. That's the bias. There's the recap of yesterday's trade. Break-even day, which is fine. So I will catch you boys later for Road to Funded Day 3.